According to the mystery endures, waiting for someone to unlock its secrets. The real gold frenzy began in 1795 when teenager Daniel McGinnis and his two friends stumbled upon a large depression in the ground. Immediately, they thought they were looking at a treasure hiding spot, since Mahone Bay had been a pirate paradise during the 17th and 18th centuries. The teens discovered a shaft, and as they continued to dig, they came across oak logs, flagstones, and wooden platforms placed at 10-foot intervals. Excited by the prospect of unearthing a mysterious treasure, the three teens eventually purchased land on Oak Island. But the discoveries didn't end there. Almost a decade later, the Onslow Company arrived and began digging in the same area the boys had in the past. Using their advanced equipment, they could dig further, almost 60 feet down, deciphering the stone tablet, but the signs were impossible to read. It wasn't until an entire century passed that experts could decode the real message on the stone tablet. It read, 40 feet below, 2 million pounds lie buried. That's when everyone became convinced they had found a lost hidden treasure on the island. When the team from the Onslow Company found the stone tablet, they knew something was hidden there. They continued to dig deeper in the hopes of uncovering something precious, pulling layer after layer of oak logs, attempt to let the water out, but nothing they tried worked, and the non-stop pouring of water made their mission impossible to carry out. They had to call it quits. You see, the pit was designed with a 500-foot waterway that connects to Smith's Cove. This means water can move freely in and out of the sea, so no matter how much someone tries to empty it, the pit fills right up. Around the same time, another man named Samuel Ball also purchased some land on the island. Before anyone could believe it, the formerly enslaved person ended up becoming the proud owner of 9 lots and the largest landowner in the area. His sudden success was suspicious, and others wondered if the 4 men had indeed found the treasure hidden on the island. Unsurprisingly, the quest for unclaimed treasure started by McGinnis in 1795 continues to this day. Many treasure hunters have tried to navigate the island to reach the treasure, but none have been able to get even close to it. Every time a hunter gets close to discovering something, a natural disaster veers them off course. Even after significant technological advances, flooding and cave-ins have caused hunter after hunter to give up the quest. The treasure's most recent contenders are Rick and Marty Lagina, 2 brothers who purchased the land in 2006. Their fascination with the island began at a very young age. Rick Lagina was only 11 years old when he came across a copy of Reader's Digest that included an article about the legend of a buried treasure in the wilds of Canada. His fascination reached new heights when his father showed the 2 brothers another article about the same island in the Wall Street Journal. Between the two, Rick was more captivated by the island's mystery, and when he learned that many people had tried their luck but failed, he became determined to become the first person to find the treasure. Years later, Rick's passion for the Oak Island mystery led him and his brother Marty Lagina to join forces in a quest to solve the island's riddles. In 2006, the Lagina brothers purchased a controlling interest in Oak Island Tours Incorporated, which owned much of the island. This move allowed them to spearhead their own treasure hunting operations. Their efforts and enthusiasm caught the attention of Prometheus Entertainment. Is actually 6. Who knows? The so-called curse could just be a clever gimmick to draw in viewers, and it certainly worked. With over 200 episodes aired, the show's appeal is undeniable. As the recent season came to a disappointing end, Marty Lagina suggested a proposal for upcoming seasons. He claimed the treasure was buried between 80 and 120 feet below ground, around the Money Pit location. Hence, he suggested removing tons of dirt and rock from surrounding the garden shaft to produce a level area suitable for drilling 6-inch-wide boreholes and water testing within them. But that's not the only spot he is betting on. The crew discovered evidence in 3 additional places indicating that multiple treasure deposits may exist in the Money Pit area. One of them is known as Aladdin's Cave. Not hollow like that. There's only so much you can see between the clay and the water, but it's real, and that's the important part. There's a wood structure down there, and at that point, it becomes okay. They also found traces of valuable metals and wooden buildings in the same tunnel. The second location is Borehole RF1, where the crew discovered massive wooden beams buried nearly 100 feet underground with Roman numerals. They also spotted a pickaxe that was scientifically traced to Scandinavia. Finally, the third location of interest is Borehole H8, which was dug in 2017. Surprisingly, the crew unearthed fragments of parchment and leather bookbinding, along with what they believed to be evidence of the legendary Chappelle Vault lying a staggering 180 feet below the surface. At the end of season 11, a teary-eyed Rick and Marty addressed their team, remembering his excitement for the treasure hunt. "As a kid, I thought the other night about, when I was a little kid, and do I still believe? Is the little boy still inside of me? And I thought long and hard about that. And what I came to realize is, he still is there." Rick and Marty have spent most parts of their lives trying to uncover the secrets of Oak Island, and they want real answers now more than ever. You'd be surprised to learn that both brothers had very different careers before they became household names. Rick was a U.S. postal worker, while Marty worked as an oil engineer, who, after starting his own company, sold it to CMS Energy for $60 million in 1995. Many people still believe that this money enabled the duo to invest in Oak Island. In fact, when the History Channel first approached them about creating the Curse of Oak Island, Marty's initial interest lay in the potential for the island to become another profitable investment, a tourist attraction that fans of the series would flock to for years. However, Rick was only interested in Oak Island's history and treasures. It was never about making good television for him. Experiments showed traces of precious metals around 100 feet below. As the core drilling in the borehole Bravo Sierra reached an impressive depth of 100 feet, anticipation was high. But to the team's dismay, the season ended without a trace of treasure or a captivating story to tell. It was a truly disheartening moment for everyone involved. However, the team made some exciting discoveries during the season, including an arrowhead that indicated a connection between the island and the Knights Templar's precious treasures. Rick, with Oak Island historian Doug Crow and archaeologist Lars Nien, visited various sites across Europe to investigate their theory. After unearthing relics from an ancient era on the island, the team deduced that the Scandinavian culture known as the Vikings assisted members of the medieval Christian order of the Knights Templar in moving priceless religious treasure. The curator at the LBY Viking Museum in Toa, Denmark, offered valuable insights that helped the team place the relic on the right timeline. In addition to getting outside help, the team turned to archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan at the Oak Island Laboratory to perform a thorough scientific analysis of the arrowhead. Emma scanned the relic using an X-ray fluorescence spectrometer, a technology that uses non-destructive radiation to detect the elements within a metal. The spectrometer also helps determine the age of the object. This unique relic, primarily composed of copper with smaller amounts of iron and zinc, has piqued the interest of renowned archaeologist Dr. Edwin Barnhart, who suggests it may be linked to 16th-century European religious leaders. There is also speculation that it could be much older, possibly dating back to Viking explorers. Additionally, the team discovered 5 ancient coins, 3 of which numismatist Sandy Campbell has identified as Roman coins dating from 500 AD to 300 BC. Another exciting find came from Lot 5, where a metal detection search uncovered an unusually shaped object believed to be a decorative strap. Gary, one of Rick's team members, speculated that it might be a broken piece of an elaborate design, possibly used to wrap around boxes or chests. Another exciting discovery, an arrow, is considered crucial evidence